Hello, and welcome back to the Green Team Podcast. I am your host, Ash, and I am joined today by my co-hosts, Hurin
Sleep is important.
and Kyptan.
Hey, everybody.
Today, we will be covering the first half of The Wars of Light and Shadow, Book 2, The Ships of Merior. This is up until Chapter 10?
Non-inclusive, yes.
Not inclusive. So we go through Chapter 9 and then stop there. Starting off with the non-spoiler discussion, and then we'll transition into spoiler-filled in a few minutes. First of all, what do you guys think of this second entry in the series? Strong thoughts?
Last episode, Kip and I were in agreement, or last book, Kip and I were in agreement that Dakar was actually kind of awesome, and that we liked him, even though he's a massive asshole. And you were like, no, I can't stand this guy. He's the worst. I'm now on Team Ash. Dakar's like the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got way worse.
He's one of the least likable protagonists, I think.
He's really just the worst.
Yeah.
Where did his subtlety go? Where did his agreeableness go?
I think he got tired, right?
I think it's just... I imagine if he actually starts hanging out with like people who aren't Arathon, we should probably get into this in spoilers, but I think because he hates Arathon so much and because he looks so much worse because of his hatred towards Arathon and him kind of like being the exact opposite of Arathon, and kind of, I think it's a lot of jealousy, that it just makes him that much worse.
Why is he an apprentice again to the Fellowship? Do they really think he's going to become one of them?
No, it's because he has a special ability. That's it. I think they're just trying to keep tabs on him.
I 100% agree with that. I think they just keep him for the prophecy.
Yeah.
And they dangle him along and say, hey, look, we'll teach you how to live forever. Give us your magic.
What they should do is keep him in a locked basement with a steady supply of alcohol. And then that problem would be solved. We wouldn't. None of us would have to deal with Dakar anymore.
The problem is his prophecy requires him to see things. So you got to take him out and show him around. You got to take him on walks. And
also, there's only 7 of them. And
no way would Sethvir ever allow Dakar to be with him for an extended period of time.
They're really stretched thin right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's 5 of note, right?
Yeah, plus the betrayer, what's his name? Davian?
Davian.
Yeah. Davian.
And
they've been stretched thin ever since Davian went away.
Yeah.
And they refuse to acknowledge that. And I like the Fellowship a lot less in this book as well.
Oh, interesting. So is there anybody you guys... Are there characters you are more positive on this time?
Lysair?
Yo, are you on Team Lysair now?
No, I mean, I still...
To the extent that I'm on Team Lysair, which is that I think he's an interesting character that's not the pure embodiment of evil jock that I think Kyptan is on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No, he's clearly not the pure embodiment of evil jock. No.
Like evil polo player?
Evil head of the polo club.
I don't think he would be out of place in Riverdale.
Sure.
I can see him showing up as in like a cameo appearance. Just like unchanged.
How is that different from someone being the head of a polo club?
It's not.
Okay.
Like I don't disagree that he would be the head of the polo club. Absolutely. I just think that he's not. I think there is some moral complexity there for sure.
Absolutely. He's very good at showing his hometown charm when he needs to. When it's advantageous for him to do so. He knows how to speak to the lower people and get them on his side. He's a populist. He's he can shed that tear and gain the heartstrings of the mob.
But the way you're saying this, it implies it's cynical, and I don't think it is.
No, it's not cynical. It's maneuvered. The Mistwraith makes everything happen for him. / his magical birthright.
Celested grace.
I guess. Celested justice, right? Except that's been corrupted by the Mistwraith now, so it's something other than that.
He also has Farsight.
He's also been raised to do this.
That is the other part. The Sahalas, something like that.
There is a pronunciation guide that we could refer to, but we're not going to.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. His magic leads him into the situations that he needs to be in and corrupts him from there. Yeah. And he has just enough of that little touch of natural charisma that he can.
This man is all charisma. He's a 20. He's a straight up 20.
I'm talking about the bits other than his magical stuff, but yes.
Like he like stands up against the hill, and then everyone sees what a dashing silhouette he cuts, and like his noble celested chin. I think that's a gift that's not quite magical, but is close to it. I think the writing style is solid in this one. I think the plot is also a bit more clear now that we.
I think solid is an understatement.
The prose is very good.
Like I'm not going to read them all because that's boring radio, but like almost every single time I highlighted something, it's because it was beautiful. So, I mean, but we went on and on about that in the last 2 episodes. I'm not going to bring it up again. Suffice to say, Wurts is a very good writer.
Yes. So we have characters that we're following. I kind of agree that on the whole, they're maybe a little less likable in this one. Or in Dakar's case, well, actually, I hated him from the start. So I actually, maybe I have Sahalis foresight, but he sucks. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on Arathon at the moment. I felt coming across less sympathetically as well.
I like when Arathon is smiling while being, what would one call it? Extorted, threatened.
He kind of seems to enjoy it. Is Arathon like a secret bottom? Who knows?
Secret?
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, not secret bottom. He's come into his own charisma in this book. He's acting a lot more, which I appreciate. The previous book he was like afraid to act.
Kinda like the first 25% of this book was just him hiding away, pretending to be a bard.
He's being yanked around by the Fellowship a lot more, or at least it feels like that to me.
Kind of happily, I don't know. He doesn't complain.
What were the Fellowship doing to him in this book so far? It seems like everything he's done is basically by his own accord.
They sent him to the gunpowder.
I guess we're transitioning into spoiler talk.
We've basically been in spoiler talk the whole time anyway.
I guess. All right.
Not really.
Well, ignore the part, listeners, where I said it was going to be non-spoiler. I guess
I don't know. What do we have to say that's non-spoiler? I mean, who's going to be listening to this?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay. There we go. What's your magical number, Hurin?
Yes.
You have one. Okay. Great.
Arathon out of Dakar's. I don't know.
Arathon out of Dakar's. Oh, God. Dakar as a unit of measurement sounds miserable. Okay, whatever. Spoilers. We have spoilers now. Great. Let's talk about Arathon getting jerked around by Fellowship. Yeah, the big one is they send him to the gunpowder stash, and then at the end of that, they're like, "Well, I guess you're our scapegoat for this, Arathon."
Yeah.
What's one more crime? Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I thought that was extremely callous and also probably counterproductive for this peace that they're allegedly trying to work towards.
We're going to put a magical block on your memories, but we're going to let you remember Arathon, just cause.
Yeah. We have the power to basically shape your memories however we want. This is truly nigh unlimited.
He's hard to catch. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Lysair just like comes up from the background, like Undertaker or something. All right.
And they just let Lysair build an army for 6 years.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the Fellowship now.
And
this is in no relation to the fact that they are authors of war who got sent to this planet as parole?
I thought you would like. I thought this was going to be the part of the book that really made you perk up. There was mention of a spaceship, Kip. How did you feel?
Loved the idea of a spaceship. Loved the idea of a technologically advanced society. Really hope this comes back in the future. Really hope that we're not left entirely in this world where industrialization scares away the unicorns.
I imagine we're going to get more tech. And this is going to for sure say a fantasy series, I think, but like we're going to see the ship, right? Or something close to it. No?
I would not presume to hope.
I would imagine be kind of like, like how they. I would imagine maybe as much or a little bit less than the Age of Legends comes in Unreal the time, but maybe
I
not.
imagine the ship turned into a jade and got buried inside a mountain, and that's where this jewelry comes from, and that's all we hear about it.
Maybe it's where they keep all those prisoners.
Ooh. Maybe it's what is it, Rockfall?
Yeah, the place where they keep the Mistwraith and 1,000 other world-ending horrors.
That was ominous. Yeah, I wasn't too big on the Fellowship last book either. I mentioned that they were fine starting a war that would kill potentially thousands and thousands of people, just for a chance to bring back a bunch of horse people.
I liked them better when I didn't think they had a divine mandate.
Gotcha. So this is you don't like the creator? What's the
Paravians? Ath Creator?
Yeah, Ath Creator.
That's it.
Yeah, you don't like Ath Creator?
I'm not a huge fan of Ath Creator, if I'll be honest here. Did Ath Creator only make Athera?
No, I think Ath Creator made everything, and then Ath Creator just likes Athera the most.
Oh, okay.
According to the Therans.
Because like the story that Sandir was saying is like, alone of all the worlds, every other world sucks. They all are terrible because people are just greedy and fall into the same patterns. And then on the one world, Ath Creator's like, I'm going to intervene because the dragons did something. And I don't like the dragons, I guess.
Yeah.
When the Paravians came, and that their beings of pure goodness.
I really hope we don't go to another planet at some point, find the Paravians, and find out that their pure goodness has been sucked away from them, and now they live lives of abject misery and to be restored to their former status.
I think they'll probably remain a kind of mythical goodness that is just out of reach of the story.
I imagine we're going to see some horse people, and they're not going to be as good as they say they are.
I think they will be as good as they say they are. I think if anything, they'll be fairly fairy and kind of unknowable, but they'll still be bent towards this kind of harmonic goodness. It's like the the section where Erathon sings, and then the singing brings destruction to the town because the town built over the site of Paravian life-renewing rituals. Yeah, I imagine it'll be like
scene.
That.
I think that's my favorite scene in the series so far.
I thought it was quite good.
I thought it was pretty good.
I was surprised for you to learn that Medlir was actually Erathon the whole time.
I didn't see it coming.
Dakar was pretty surprised. Somehow.
I think I was in surprise for about half a page when Medlir was introduced.
That long, huh?
He walked into the tavern and was like, Erathon.
Yeah, but he wasn't named for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
I was named Erathon for a while at least.
And I was like, oh, Medlir. This is who Erathon is now.
Did either of you guys feel a twinge of sorrow about Halaron? Or
definitely. Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. I feel like I barely got to know him in the first place. And what I did get to see of him, it seemed like he knew he was walking into his own death.
Yeah, I think so.
In J-Lot, or however you want to say that.
It never should have gone to J-Lot. I mean, they should have abandoned Dakar there. Why did they not?
They should have. They really should have.
Oh.
Well, we bashed on Dakar earlier, and that's really fair. But the way that he responded to the death of what's his name again, Halaron, was slightly endearing.
I guess he's a man of big feelings, is Dakar.
Yes.
I think the thing I appreciate about him the most is that torturing him has the effect of it's so miserable as an experience that no one wants to do it. They have him in the prison and he's singing the songs and everyone's stopping up their ears.
That made me laugh.
A gag on him. He somehow eats the gag. I think he eats like 5 gags in this section.
That made me laugh, but the scene where they come into the town and he ruins the what was it, a rug or something? That made me laugh too. And it really just wasn't until he just started interacting. He learns Erathon's identity, and then he just won't shut up about it all.
It wasn't a rug. It was molding. It was like crown molding.
Crown molding around the mayor's wife's room. How dare you?
I did like the horse comedy.
Yeah, it was very slapstick. Made me
very
slapstick. It reminded me of Erickson.
Because the horse doesn't have moral authority.
It has agency, though.
It does. It has quite a bit of agency, and it uses it. And then Dakar screws everything up.
So the horse gets sent to the glue factory, right?
I think so. Yes.
It just dies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. It's an ignominious end for that horse, which had, I don't know, I think the horse was kind of a hero, almost condemning Dakar to death.
But instead it just killed the Master Bard.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty unfortunate, but you have to take whatever opportunities you can get sometimes. I think it was worth
all mentors of Arathon must be removed post haste.
Yeah. But he's now the Master Bard of Ethera.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I have no idea.
Another office that he can fill.
I understand that being a Master Bard comes with a lot of respect and a lot of anticipation from people expecting great things of him. But other than that, I don't know how that's going to help or hinder his journey.
Like his journey is mostly a musical one, right? That's the foreshadowing we got in Curse of Mistwraith.
Yeah, and the big scene, the one that I said I love so much, I suppose the harmonious destruction would be a boon to his magic and power.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do it intentionally to destroy one of Lysair's capitals. Maybe he will.
I don't think so either, but
I don't know. You get him close enough, and somebody's going to get him close enough.
I think he probably just takes out a pair of daggers and shadow walks into Lysair's presence and then stabs him, right?
I mean, even just
we could be so lucky.
Even just as a bard, he has a lot of power over people's perceptions and subjective experience. He made people feel like genuine regret for the way that they treated Halloran. For example.
I liked the musical scenes in this, actually. I predict that at least one point in this series, Lysair or someone around him will be like, we must hear the dirges of this Master Bard of Ethera, and then Arathon comes to the presence and plays like a little ditty, and then at some point there's a moment of realization, and they're like, we must now fight. You guys think it's gonna happen?
I don't think that Arathon's curse is going to let him get that close without immediately launching into an attack.
He's got self-control.
I don't think he does. Really don't think he does when he gets that close.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he'll be unknowing on both their sides, and then there will be that moment. And then,
Lysair, sure. Yeah. He's got no self-control whatsoever.
No, none. I mean, he's not sleeping with what's-her-face.
That's not self-control. That's just my magic is making me somewhat gay at the moment. Sorry.
I can't get it up. I'm thinking too much about Arathon.
I must kill my brother.
Yeah, is there... Do you think there's homoerotic undertones to this Arathon Lysair? I don't know. I don't think if they're there, I don't think Janny Wurts did it intentionally.
They're 100% there, and they're absolutely intentional.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll talk to Janny Wurts about it, and she'll say yes or no.
Okay.
No. I actually kind of dig the attitude towards sex in these books. It's not obviously erotic novels, but they do seem to incorporate sex in a way that feels natural to me, kind of very human. What do you guys think?
I think there's a lot of insta-love in this story.
As in real life.
Sure.
Define love.
Elara saw him once, maybe twice.
But it was in a hayloft.
And fell in love with him, which has endured for over 6 years at this point now.
That I agree was definitely insta-love, but I'm being a little skeptical to what Ash said about insta-love being very common in real life.
People become infatuated with each other extremely quickly and carry torches for each other based on very little for many years.
Okay.
And I can't dispute that. So
yeah. Maybe it's I don't know how much this qualifies as actual love between Elira and Arathon. Like maybe
their souls mesh now.
You
can use Elira's soul to find Arathon.
But that also can, some people just kind of click with each other, right?
Yeah.
I think generally it's something you need to build. But I think maybe they both know that there is something that can be built there.
Those eyes.
Those green Cephalon eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That magic.
And he plays music.
Bad boy exterior.
Yeah.
He's good at it.
I hear that in real life there are a few boys that play music that get some attention from young women.
Look, have I ever listened to a single song by an artist or a single music video and been like, yes, that man is perfect.
But have you woken up next to them in a hayloft where they pluck some straw from your hair and gaze into your eyes?
Never,
just for a moment, letting down their guards.
And that's a problem.
Yeah. So there was a pirate adventure in this story. Actually, I haven't even read the summary. I guess that's gone. That opportunity's gone.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about ships that have sailed. We're relearning cartography.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Sextant.
And the Fellowship is totally fine with the idea of cartography becoming and navigation becoming prevalent in the world again. And definitely not fine with the idea of gunpowder and explosives.
Mm-hmm. They really just want to prevent gunpowder, I think.
So I assume that this is a long lost art because they couldn't see the stars before.
Yeah. And they lost it over the years of the Mist Wraith. So the Fellowship sees it as just returning something that they already had.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I mean, it's pretty important technology.
It is.
It's hard to imagine them doing what they did without that, but the way Arathon described what they could do with it, it was like they immediately see the potential. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's going to be very useful for you.
Yeah,
I like the pirates.
Inside land.
Yeah,
I like pirate Durkon. What's her name? I like her.
Dracon. Yeah, I liked her. I liked her first mate. I liked the stuff that Arathon did to get them on the boat and trick them, and then them tying him and him showing him all the stuff. It was just a pretty cool Dirkin.
Captain
just
Dirkin.
A pretty cool Dirkin, yeah. Pretty cool series of events. Yeah, and he meets Dirkin and he has his super empathy with her, and she sees that in him and feels what did she feel when she saw him?
Sexual tension
being seen.
I think.
Well, sexual tension was there, yeah. Yeah, one of the better side stories with pirates involved.
I agree. Yeah.
She has an eye towards public appearance, which is balanced in comparison to several other characters in this book, which is disturbing.
I like her. Yeah, I think this is going to be like kind of a template for how Arathon gets people on his side in the future as well, right? Like no one.
This is the template?
I think this is the template. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like people on the fringes of society most of the time. Initially, they don't trust him. He demonstrates his one-on-one ability to empathize with them, and then provides some kind of utility to them that they didn't know that they needed, and then eventually
they untie him and prevent him from being killed by exposure,
and they make love all night. And then he
I
moves
thought you were
on
going to say
he's barred and he can't be tamed.
That he meets them, he tricks them, but he tricks them in a way that makes them wanting more, and then connects them on a deeper level.
Yeah, I mean, it seems almost pathological, his need to deceive people.
He is shadow aspected.
Yeah,
he sure does seem to give into that idea as an inevitability.
Mm-hmm. No one will ever trust him on his own merits.
It helps that Dakar's there saying, "Don't trust this guy."
Yeah. I hate the absolutes that everyone is throwing around.
I mean, I think they're getting challenged within the narrative as well, no?
Yeah. Some of them absolutely are. But some of them are and then we will never see the lost glories of the Paravians again.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel.
These Paravians have a lot to live up to.
They do. Yeah, especially the unicorns. It's like you look at the unicorn and you know that you're loved.
They are walking drugs. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I probably a significant draw of the Paravians is just like drawn from how people feel when they see horses, right? I don't feel that when I see horses, so maybe I'll never quite understand it. Maybe what we need to do is just like watch collectively Spirit.
I'm in favor of this plan all of a sudden.
That's how I felt watching the Barbie movie, and the Kens get really into horses, and I'm like, why?
I haven't seen the Barbie movie. I can't comment. Oh. I would imagine it's because people who play with Barbies really tend to like horses a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like,
it's kind of implied as a masculine interest.
It's not implied.
Uh-huh.
It's like directly stated that they find horses incredibly masculine, and then the Kens
I
really
mean,
get into horses.
it's implied because really, should you take anything that Ken says at face value?
I mean, the rest of the stuff was pretty masculine arts, yeah.
I joke. I mean, cars with dirty wheels is brought up at one point. It's just like a list of.
You really should see Barbie. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. No.
I'm conflicted. I don't think I'll like it.
You won't know until you try.
That's true. I have a similar attitude towards Wind and Truth.
Barbie has much better wardrobe.
Okay.
How often have you watched a movie because you think the wardrobe would be great, Ash?
Can I think of an example? No.
All right,
cannot.
Kip, how many times have you seen a movie because you thought the wardrobe would be good?
Like at least 40?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see,
I could say not even once has that thought crossed my mind.
I think you and Lysair would have a lot in common here, Kip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both like period pieces with lots of lace on the collars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he comes off as a little foppish, but at the same time, he can get down and dirty, right?
Exactly.
Sure,
he's the everyman. He will tie himself in with the slaves and say, "No, this will not happen in my land.
This is wrong."
You know what he is?
Stop.
He's Steve Rogers.
No.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Steve Rogers doesn't have those noble qualities that he also has. He's very close, though. You're right.
They're very similar characters. I think.
By noble, I mean
America's
aristocratic.
Captain America is what they see him as. What his public perception is. This is who he is to the people.
Sure. I
can see what you're doing.
I might want a different superhero.
It falls in place here and there, but yeah, it's a pretty good example. Well, who in that case, who is Arathon?
Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I'm not as confident about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to put Lysair as like Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Wow. That is a very different read.
Explain yourself.
I don't think that's defensible. I think maybe Seth here could be Apocalypse if you tried.
Worshipped as God King, has an authoritarian bent, an empire building mentality, and a religious messiah complex that he's building on to bring an end state to this world.
End state? I don't know if he's moving towards an end state.
I don't read Lysair as nearly that megalomaniacal.
Yeah, I don't think you do either.
I don't think he's really that authoritarian either. He's like quite magnanimous, considering.
Yeah, I don't think he's interested in like controlling what his subjects do, so long as they kill Arathon.
I don't think it necessarily depends on what he outright and publicly states. I think that his captain of the guard sure is willing to make it a totalitarian regime if he wants it to be.
I think his captain of the guard is he's down for whatever. Yeah.
His captain of the guard is like, well, I'm learning that this is the Lysair show, and I should really try and respect that, and maybe just try and keep him alive. But
he was on board with it very, very early on. Good on him. He sees where the wind is blowing.
He does, and he's like, "Hey, sis, marry that."
Yeah. Get in bed, please.
I mean, he's hitching his trailer to the right horse.
Yeah,
absolutely. He absolutely has. Yeah, and he's like, "I don't understand how we're not going to have our base of power overthrown when we're away on this campaign, and I don't understand how we're going to make this city in the middle of a wilderness, and I don't understand how you think you're going to do all of this, but hey, every time that we need you to pull our irons out of the fire, you make it happen."
Sometimes you just find somebody like that. When you find a charismatic leader, you should just, attach yourself to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. No matter how irrational their demands seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's the point.
Kill my brother doesn't seem that bad, actually, considering all of the things that he has done.
I think there's a little bit of Constantine.
He massacred people when he was attacked.
He sure did. They deserve it.
How dare Arathon defend adequately against overwhelming power?
The use of child soldiers is pretty disturbing.
The murder and rape of children is also pretty disturbing.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's crazy that Lysair doesn't have more. Like the thing that caused him doubt in the previous book was that he would bring about his own destruction. I think the thing that should have caused him more self-reflection was the fact that he was willing to sanction the murder and rape of children, like women and children, just like defenseless civilians. And he didn't, like, was mostly unbothered.
But have you seen what they're wearing? They're not real people.
Yeah, they live in the jungle forests.
They don't even have houses.
They don't, what the thing is, they don't respect property rights, which, I can kind of understand why a nobleman would be affronted by that.
Do you feel like the legal merits of Lysair's claim are ever going to get a real accounting, or are they just going to be ignored throughout his entire reign?
I think the fact that he's not going to get crowned by a Sandir, maybe he will actually at some point, like he'll maneuver a Sandir into it. But I think that's going to be the big sticking point, the fact that he doesn't have the sanction of the Fellowship.
Or do you think they're just going to murder everyone who says you don't have the sanction?
I think it'll be kind of like a forever thorn in his side, and the townspeople will mostly fall in line with what he says, just regardless.
I think he'll get leverage on the Fellowship somehow.
That would really suck if after like 100 years the Fellowship is like, okay, Lysair, we'll give it to you.
Dakar will have another prophecy. The prophecy will be, you have to sanction Lysair or this unicorn will die.
I bet they're going to sanction one. I bet they're going to sanction one of his kids, and then Lysair is going to basically take the regency by force,
or become like an inquisitorial force within that child's dynasty.
Oh, or that. We have a king, but we also have a god king, and it's Lysair.
We have the Lord Inquisitor, who is eternal and immortal.
Those are the best kind of kings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he breathes holy light into unbelievers, and if they burn, they're a witch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he burns away the impurities. If they get set on the fire, it's just all impurities then.
I did like seeing the progression of his light magic. Seemed to gain some control over it and becoming a little bit more powerful.
Yeah,
I wonder how that's going to play out in the rest of the book.
It's definitely very warfare oriented, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of subtlety to it.
I mean, as we see it, yeah.
I think that's natural for his, I guess, expertise level compared to Arathon. Yep. Although it seems like Arathon's magic is a lot, more shadow based, but doesn't use it much towards martial prowess.
No, he just uses it for illusions, basically.
Well, to kill someone with magic,
can be very, very powerful.
That's the greater balance.
Yeah. What was that? How did it work in like the previous book? Like he didn't even kill the person with that, did he?
No, he did. He killed people with magic.
Explode? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Too long.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how he killed with his magic in the last book, but we have been told that messing with the greater balance is a bad thing. Yes. And we have not been told what the greater balance is.
Yeah, we've been told over and over again that, balance is important and you got to do this and you got to think about the ripples. But the thing is, like, that's only because the Fellowship keeps making terrible decisions and messing up the balance.
I think it's like a best effort thing, right? They're not Gandalf. They're just kind of like the guys that were left over.
No, they were the guys that were summoned. They were the best in all the worlds at killing people.
I don't think they were summoned. Well, sorry, they were summoned, yes. But it's not. They don't have. They're not like angelic beings sent from heaven to guide the world towards a more harmonious place. It's like this is their penance, right? They have to walk the world forever, trying to prevent the harm that they inflicted on untold other worlds.
Yes, and they also got to stop those witches from doing anything.
Yeah, the witches are just terrible. How did you guys like the sections with Elira?
Barely relevant.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going. I hope that she has more to do in the second half of the book.
She's going to get together with Arathon, of course.
She's going to live longer now.
Yeah, not because of her crystal though, because of Luhane. He aligned her life force to be more harmonious.
Yes, I'm also not a fan that apparently the women can only extend their lifespans by using this incredibly painful method that has a large cost associated to it, Whereas our protagonists have just drunk from a fountain, and Dakar, even in his bumbling, has apparently learned how to live forever.
If they went to the fountain, they could live for 500 years.
Yeah, if they found the fountain. The Fellowship is just like a level above when it comes to sorcery, and somehow no one else has learned how to become as adept as they have. I don't know why this is the case.
They're gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally keeping their waystone.
Listen, if they asked for it back, they would get it back. I think
my theory at this point is that Moriel doesn't want her society to have that waystone anymore.
Moriel just wants to die, man. So tired.
Not until she's got a sufficient replacement ready in the wings. And Lorenda, I'm sorry, she's not cutting it.
She's not cutting it. But Elira, she might.
She might have that extra little spark that says, hey, rule following is not everything. It's just most things.
Yeah. Life is really good when you get to be the one making the rules.
Yeah.
I kind of like Moriel. I kind of like her. I think she's an interesting character.
I agree.
She's interesting. I'll give you that. Yeah. And yeah, we got a little bit. She seems a little more humane when we get a bigger picture of her. And
she's not one note for sure.
Yeah.
I think this ends up making her more dangerous.
Yes.
I mean,
anything that makes you less predictable makes you more dangerous.
I mean, sometimes. I am definitely a less predictable chess player than someone at like a master or grandmaster level, right?
Okay.
If Magnus tried to analyze my games, he would be a lot more surprised. I like clearly the enchantresses, their flaw is that they're trying to be too rigid and trying to force the balance to conform to their way of thinking and of doing things, right? I don't know how I feel about their organization, like thematically. I don't know if they're adding much yet, but we also don't get much from them, so I guess it's kind of a wash at this point.
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like I don't have enough. I still don't have enough information to have a strong grasp on what they're doing, why they're doing it, what their motivations are, and how it fits into the bigger picture. It's got me curious. I'll say that.
They're clearly a more powerful entity, and they're kind of. I think they're kind of being set up as a wild card, and the Fellowship is just kind of playing a delaying game so that we can justify them not having a bigger impact on the plot yet.
Yeah, the Fellowship is clearly playing a delaying game, and the Coriani are playing like a non-proliferation game, and they're making actions out of fear. They're trying to limit the potential dangers in the world, whereas the Fellowship is trying to bring back the Paravians and keep alive small hopes.
How much,
even if it means keeping alive large dangers?
How much of the Fellowship's relative inaction is due to their conservativeness, just because they've messed up so much in history, making
who knows
small magical changes that have large ripples?
I imagine a lot of it. I think at some point the Fellowship's going to be neutralized, and the threats they've been dealing with will become much bigger problems, like the meth snakes, right? The Mithuri. Clearly, this is a big thing being set up.
Oh God, if we have to watch like the Fellowship be reduced member by member as their responsibilities slip and this world devolves into a state of gunpowder wars and meth snakes and Myrtlevane's swamp extending out and royal lions getting endangered and massacred. I don't know. You don't
know about the direction of that series? I that sounds kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, that's I kind of hoping it goes that way now.
I like the Fellowship's clearly due for a reckoning, right? They're not going to just be like the wise men who show up every now and again to nudge the plot. I don't think so.
I think there's going to be a big shakeup at some point, and things are going to get turned topsy turvy. And I think the enchantresses are doing a lot more that we don't know about. And it's going to have some also big surprises in store.
I hope that Traith will stick around, though. I like Traith.
I think Seth Veer's I only have tea thing is foreshadowing for him forgetting basic humanity.
I see. At some point he'll add crumpets.
No, at some point he's just going to die.
Oh. His tower will blow up.
Yep. He's going to get his hospitality will not have counted as hospitality because he never actually broke bread with somebody, and then they're going to kill him in his sleep.
It sounds like a loophole Lysair would come up.
It might be Lysair.
He blows up the tower with gunpowder.
Did anyone really like Luhane's section where he went like in spirit form to the Mistwraith's prison?
It was fun. I like that finally his diligence came up.
He notes like this tiny flaw in the prison for the Mistwraith. He's like,
well, I mean,
it's Arathon's.
They were like, if another person had been here, if they didn't approach every task with the diligence that Luhane did, maybe they would have moved on. But he was different. He was. He's fun. It gave some example of how fussy he was.
Yeah.
I was most impressed. Like the events are kind of interesting and pulling me along, but I was most impressed by like what I saw was just incredible writing. So like in the hour the Fellowship envoy arrived to resurvey the Mistwraith's prison, the rain that drenched the green lowlands rampaged in blizzards across the heights. Gus whirled over cliff wall and ice face shrill as war steel dragged sharp across a whetstone. Driven snow scoured the incongruous stone stair cut into the scarp of the whim of Davy and the Betrayer. The baroque scrolls of newel posts and chiseled glowering gargoyles poked through blank drifts sheeted like ice-rotted dust covers over frivolously abandoned furniture. Like his whole section was written like that, and it was just gorgeous.
Yeah, I really like the prose. I don't remember that part in particular. I think it's very consistently good.
I agree. I bet, like, if I compare it to like Arathon sections or Lysair, I maybe it's just me then noticing it at that moment, but it just felt a lot more elevated.
I think it's easier to notice its elevation because Lysair and Arathon are often hitting the same notes with their sections. Like this kind of the same point is being driven home again and again about their character flaws and how they see the world.
Also, part of it might be the fact that Luhane was by himself, and it was relying on a lot of description.
Yeah,
and she really excels at description.
Ash, you want to talk about spaceships, though? We can talk about how the fact that discorporate mages are themselves spaceships.
Yeah, they kind of just like warp to wherever they want to go.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
They can just go through space.
I think we're going to see at least one more of the Fellowship become discorporate.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's probably going to be Seth.
Who do you think is going to go first? Seth Fear? Do you think it's him?
I think Seth Fear is like absolutely the one being set up for this. I don't think it's going to be Trace. And I
would not be surprised if one day Seth Fear woke up and just left his body behind. I don't think that's how it's going to go, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Why live?
Look, I don't think he's ever going to run out of tea. I think the man has stockpiled enough in that tower of his. But
maybe he's able to just create tea.
I can make tea.
I have no idea what this magic system can create. But I do know that he can definitely teleport tea.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how hard it is to find good tea on Ethera.
Probably much easier now that the Mistwraith's gone.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not. Maybe all the tea growers don't know how to adapt to sunlight.
Oh, that would be sad. All the tea plantations die. I mean, a tea plantation is a tough thing to keep going.
I'll take your word for it. I know nothing about growing tea.
It's true.
You got a lot of places with like real lineages to them. It's not easy to.
And the terroir of all of the land is completely changed recently.
I mean, there's a reason why the British needed to import their tea from China rather than just growing it themselves.
Though now there are British tea projects.
Oh, there are. Cool. Finally.
Garbage.
Probably.
Finally learned.
Expensive. Hothouse.
Hurin, you had mentioned in one of our chats that you really like Grandma Manel.
I wish she was in here more. She was in the beginning, and she's like, "Oh, somebody's coming. I gotta meet them." She met Lysair, and then later she met up with what's his name?
Well, initially she met with Gyrot.
That's it.
Red-haired guy.
Yeah, and then she met up with Lysair.
Yeah, and Lysair's like, "Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy."
Could be the strongest couple in the Fire Nation.
Yeah. How many of the clansmen do you think are still alive by percentage compared to the start of the series? 40%? 10%?
Of which clansman? The one that allegiance to
let's go for Cephalin and Solicid.
I think Solicit, almost all of them are alive, right?
I don't think so.
The Cephalin ones are for sure almost all dead, right? Like all their women died, and the men that have survived are slowly being whittled down and becoming ever more bitter and willing to commit war crimes.
Yeah. I put it like 10% on Cephalin and maybe 40% on Solicit.
Oh, damn. I did not get that impression from the Solicit ones, but maybe I'm just misremembering.
This is just my impression. I'm not claiming authority on this.
Maybe none of them are alive, actually. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
they're all
just
figments. They're mythuri or projections of the mystery.
Or projections of shadow magic.
Maybe, yeah. That would be terrible. The world is just Arathon and Lysair. Arathon has made a matrix to torture Lysair in.
Yeah, I am glad at least that I'm pretty sure that Arathon is not doing too much beyond his own immediate scope.
I mean, allegedly he was incapable of doing much beyond his immediate scope until the renewal ritual.
Yes, allegedly.
Lysair, though. Section.
I think that one of the main distinctions in this series is that Lysair's war crimes will be effective and will advance his goals, and Arathon's war crimes will be ineffective and cause people to hate him even more.
Or will be incredibly effective, but not for what people think, and will be overlooked.
Maybe.
Like Arathon, hey look, he prevented this duchy from getting gunpowder and overtaking the world with automated death. But all people know is that he ran in and blew some shit up.
It was, yeah. That was kind of a fun sequence. Do you guys like that sequence?
I did. I really liked that sequence.
That was Arathon, I think, having the most fun that he's had all book.
When he was taking inventory.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
but he had no idea about gunpowder.
He didn't.
Is that chapter 9?
Yes.
That's the one I didn't get to reread.
You'll have to reread it soon then.
Yeah, I'll have to reread it.
Yeah, no, he's going through the armory and being like, he's counting all the stuff as he's taunting the people chasing him.
Oh, the stuff's in the Duke's armory. Got it. The brothers. Okay.
Yeah. And he tricked Dakar into betraying him. Honestly, I think he should just drop a rock on Dakar's head and be done with it. I really don't understand why he's doing so much to protect him.
Because Dakar's playing right into his hand, and he knows exactly how to manipulate him.
Oh God, I just hate Dakar. I hate his perspective. I hate every page we get with him, besides the ones where he's actively suffering. Those are kind of nice.
So stupid?
I don't know. Some people
because Arathon is smart, and
yeah, but he keeps thinking that this is like all Arathon's fault, and like that Arathon is this malicious, evil person who is constantly finagling to get you into the most depraved and dark plans of his.
I mean,
I think
there are people who definitely think like that.
But when has Dakar ever seen Arathon do that?
He's always seen Arathon have things up his sleeve.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Hurin was right. Like, I think it's inadequate. Like, he feels inadequate. He's insecure about his own terribleness. You know.
Absolutely.
He makes him feel bad about himself, and then he projects all that hatred onto Arathon himself. I think Dakar's going to have some rude awakening at one point and realize how just terrible he is.
I hope so.
It only comes after a lot of suffering, though.
Dakar's going to have to be one of the Fellowship at some point.
No. Sorry, I'm vetoing that.
Yeah. He's a replacement for their incomparable immortal intellect, and he's a terrible one.
That would be a sad, sad replacement.
They're hoping that they're going to get their full 7 back in some way, and they're all hoping Arathon's going to make them complete.
All they've heard so far is that the Fellowship might be restored to 7. We don't know it's going to be the original 7.
Yeah, maybe I think everyone's hoping Arathon.
Maybe Elira.
If Dakar is one of them, they're going to be real mad. If Elira joins the 7 as a fix, I will be a big fan.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I would like that.
She leads the Enchantresses and becomes part of the 7.
As it currently stands, it's real hard to defend.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but that'd be
the
cool.
7 as an institution.
These are the 7 special people. We need the special people.
Sorry, the 7 special men. They're not people. They're all men.
They are all men, yes. And the
Jen says that men are not people.
Janny Wurts, however, is a woman. So I don't know. As men, are we fully equipped to criticize her writing decisions on this matter? Can we mansplain it to her in a podcast interview?
I'm not saying it's a Janny Wurts problem. I'm saying it's an Ascendir and Sethir problem.
That's fair. I actually agree. I think this is I raised an eyebrow. But I think I enjoy how Janny Wurts is writing gender dynamics so far.
It's a little on the nose.
Addressed.
I'll say this: it doesn't. It's not in any way surprising given other series I've read in this genre.
You think she was influenced by other series in the genre?
I don't think she needs to be, but yes. Yes.
Speak a lot last episode about how similar it is to Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth.
No, because I was too busy comparing it to the saga of Recluse.
Yeah, you said that too.
Sorry, but that feeling continues.
So I don't need to read Recluse then. I think you already told me that.
You don't. You probably wouldn't like it. It's not bad. What I've read, at least.
It really depends which book you read.
Then again, I like you.
Two I've read.
I don't know what gets you to get through books, Kip, because how many slime books have you read at this point?
I have read 17 now.
No sign of slowing down either.
I don't know. There's been signs of slowing down.
I don't know. Every time
I will say book 18 is better than book 17 so far, because book 17 was not a real story. But there's, in comparison, lovely narrative flow through on this book of 700 something pages with, come on, only a few things have happened and we're halfway through the book.
Only a few things have happened. I think a fair few things have happened, actually. I was skimming through it yesterday and I was surprised by how many things were going on when I was writing my summary.
Okay. J-Lot, some wizard convocations, and pirate. And
Black Powder.
Black Powder and Lysae are building up an army and a city.
And we see that the Fellowship are space wizards.
And
and Elira gets a 500-year lifespan.
Do we know it's 500 years?
I think it is.
I didn't think we got a time limit on her.
Is it like tied to Arathon's life?
I think that sounds right. And
then we get a Fellowship scrying scene where we learn the origins of Mathuri, and we also learn that obviously the Mistwraith is breaking free to plague the world once more.
And we do get the idea that the Fellowship is using drugs a lot more for their scrying than they normally do.
Yeah, that one especially I think was because Dakar wasn't there, right? If Dakar was there, it would have been easier.
Possibly. But I think just in general, every time that we've seen them scry, we've seen them use this drug.
I think we also get at least 20 pages of Dakar suffering,
which are pretty fun to read, actually.
They are. He thinks the beer doesn't taste good, and he says to the barkeep, like, your beer tastes terrible. And then
he goes through everyone in the city, and they all taste terrible just because he got a Gia spit on him because he wasn't listening to his master.
Oh man, like he was like, I promise, master, you have my word. I will accompany Arathon. And he immediately breaks it. What a terrible person.
Immediately. But his master knew it was coming though.
Yeah.
Terrible
Sanders
person.
Like, I know what you're gonna do. He's just so predictable. So predictable.
Okay, who has a worse moral standing at this point? Dakar or the leader of the headhunters?
Ooh.
It's the leader of the headhunters, but it
is the leader of the headhunters.
Yeah, like, it's definitely the leader of the headhunters.
You shouldn't become at all close to leader of fantasy Gestapo, right? But I think he is.
Gestapo. Or regular Gestapo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making too many exceptions.
You can blame a lot of the failures of the series on Dakar.
Yeah.
For example, he was the one who allowed the two brothers to see each other and become cursed and bound.
Also, would all that stuff happened at the moment if he didn't make the prediction?
He also was having a prediction at one point and then intentionally stopped himself.
Correct.
And he perpetually stops himself from making prophecies with drinking.
Maybe he should.
He also is a serial sexual harasser.
I did enjoy the scene of him malingering, though.
Of him what?
Malingering? And he was like, oh no, I'm so hurt. I got hit. I got hit.
Yeah.
Why does anybody sleep with him? Is what I want to know.
Power, money.
Power?
He,
I guess
he has literal power.
You know who my boss is? And then they're like, oh.
He always has money on him too.
Except when he doesn't.
Yeah, but he quickly gets it back.
Horrible.
I don't know. Why would anyone sleep with him? They got real drunk.
No, she was defending him passionately, even after she presumably sobered up.
Maybe he made his dong big from magic.
Maybe. Ripped.
I think that means we should probably end the episode.
Yeah, I think we're probably scraping the bottom of the barrel with this. Well, in that case,
he's presented no likable sides. Maybe it's a talent for flattery. Maybe
no.
He was willing to call out the Fellowship last book at the end of last book, which is I think the one thing I praised him for.
I like his attitude toward his master and the Fellowship. I like the way that he responded to Halloran's death.
I like the way that he's able to eat eggs.
I liked his bonding he had with Lysair in the last book. I like how human he seems compared to the rest of the Fellowship, but with that humanity comes also just being the absolute worst person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and say he doesn't have any redeeming qualities. I'm just going to say he's almost entirely terrible.
Yeah, they explicitly state that his humanity is the thing that allows him to hate Erathon as much as he does. Just set aside his logic and say, no, this guy, I hate him. And everything he does is his fault and not mine.
I'm really excited for all the anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that are going to crop up in this series.
Great.
I think I need to.
Ash, what? I hate how you end on this.
No, please tell me. I don't know where that came from.
No, it's just a. Obviously, it's a trope in Europe.
A prediction.
Well, it's sort of a prediction too, yeah. But obviously, it's a trope in European history, and more than just European history, that like when things go wrong, you blame the shadowy people that control everything. And you know who those people are? Erathon, of course. He's got a long hooked nose, and he's going to sacrifice your children.
Of course.
Not the Fellowship?
Them too, probably. I mean, Fellowships, obviously sorcerers have historically been used as anti-Semitic caricatures in the past.
Also, the main difference being the Fellowship actually have real power.
They have real power, and also they're not shy about throwing other people under the bus to serve their interests. Somehow, they're never the ones taking the fall for it. Maybe that would be too. They had a prophecy, and that would lead to too much disharmony within the world.
I think we could all agree that it's all the horse people's fault.
Yeah, they weren't good enough.
I don't know. Could be the Sun Children.
The Sun Children. I am very curious as to how the Sun Children will interact with the series, because I don't have any grasp on them.
I have no idea.
They bring light and life. I don't know. I was
kind of half expecting to see Paravians in this book, but I don't think they're coming.
We're not getting them for a while. We're not getting them until at least book 3.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we saw a Paravian last book.
A real one?
Yeah, a real one. It was on a different continent, right? One of the chapter ending things, like on a
different continent or different world. Different continent or different world?
That was a different continent. That was okay. On a distant continent, like a centaur looks towards the sky and sees that the mist is vanishing.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a unicorn, remember. It wasn't a sunchild, though.
It's the same thing, really.
I will look that back up now. But yeah. I'm ready for the second half of the book. I want to know what I'm missing here. I want to know if there's a conclusion.
I'm ready for the second half of this book.
I'm very ready to read the rest of this book.
What are we predicting? Elira's going to marry Erathon?
I don't think she's going to marry him.
I imagine Lysair is going to do a bunch of good stuff for the wrong reasons, and that Erathon's going to do a lot of bad stuff for good reasons.
I think Erathon will continue being a tortured artist.
I think Erathon's going to continue to do 90% good stuff and only get blamed for 90% bad stuff.
I think he will start going crazy, though.
I hope so.
I think a few screws are going to come loose for him.
He goes crazy every time he sees his brother. That's not too much of a prediction.
Outside of looking at Lysair.
I don't know. He's mage trained. Do mage trained really go crazy? Not until they become Davian.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got at least another book till Arathon becomes Deviant.
I mean, the Mistwraith certainly has people that are mage trained within it. It's
Sure, but that's different.
Maybe it's not so different. Maybe the Mistwraith is the fellowships of other worlds that have perished and transitioned, like turned into hate wraiths.
Yeah, it's meth snakes all the way down. Okay.
Snakes. Yeah. Well, are we done? You guys have any more to add? No.
No. I've given up on trying to understand this magic system until it wants me to.
I find it very intuitive, personally. It's a musical storytelling magic. If you can do it within music and storytelling believably, then you can really do it, right?
I don't know. They've just made they've given us too many shortcuts for teleportation, rapid transit, scrying, clairvoyance, and long distance messaging, as well as future forecasting. And it seems like all of that should have more of an effect on the story than it currently does. And the only explanation for it not is a reduced number of wizards.
I mean, the Fellowship can basically show up wherever they want, right?
No, it's much easier for them to go to like these lanes of geomagnetic force.
Yes. But like when they need to show up somewhere, they can, for the most part. Except for Traith.
Yeah.
Who must do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, everybody else can do teleports to anywhere on the planet, it seems like.
I wonder why the Fellowship haven't reintroduced bicycle technology to this world.
They never had it, and it requires smithing and possibly mass manufacturing.
You don't need mass manufacturing.
Wooden bicycles.
Yeah, you can make bicycles with just iron. They're much worse than modern bicycles, but they're definitely a lot better for personal transportation than walking or horses.
I don't know. Too many gears sounds risky.
Anyways, I think things to think about. I think
they're too good at War Machine.
Maybe it's too easy to make bikes into war machines.
You have to respect the horse.
The sacred bond between horse and rider is one of the elemental goods in this universe.
This central to maintaining the Paravian mysteries.
Yeah, that's how they made the Paravians, centaurs.
They rode horses, and then eventually,
I think the horses rode them.
Historically, when that's happened, it hasn't turned out well for the humans. Sorry. Do you guys think the dragons can show up again? There absolutely are, but how do you think
absolutely.
The dragons can show up again? Yeah.
I don't. One was frozen in the ice and gets thawed out.
Nice. Okay,
I think we'll see Paravians before we see dragons.
They're going to come through a rip in the world. Karadmon is going to bring them back from his far away journeyings. He's going to be chased by dragons.
Lysair rides a dragon, perhaps?
Lysair opens up a gate into primordial flame, and out comes the dragon of the beginning.
You say these things in a tone that implies that you don't like it, but I think that would be metal. That'd be awesome. And the reason that Lysair truly embodies evil is because he doesn't ride a horse like Arathon, or perhaps even a unicorn. He rides a dragon, which is a symbol of disunity and disharmony.
Mm-hmm. On a bicycle.
He's more machine than man.
Let's end here.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. That concludes our episode. You can find us on the Legendarium's Discord. The invite link is on legendarium.com. We're also on Twitter at GreenTeamPod and Reddit. Thank you to my co-panelists. Thank you to my panelists, Hurin and Kip.
Thank you.
Intro and outro music is by Galactic Damage. Galactic Damages by Jingle Punks. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. That was marginally better than your last one. Or
Thank you.
The first episode.
Every day I hope to become just a little bit better than the day before.